Hello and welcome to a special edition of Cricket Predictor brought to you by 1xBet, Omega Infrastructures, Delhi NCR. Guess what happens when you play the 50th game of the IPL this season out of the designated 74 games? The 50th game turned out to be quite a nightmare for this Rian Parag's team, who have officially crashed out of the playoff race, becoming the second team to do so after the Chennai Super Kings. Yes, that proves out that the big, the mighty have fallen, and they've fallen so bad. Put into bad after losing the toss, Mumbai Indians made it count and count big. They posted a towering 217 for 2 in the 20 overs. Rajasthan never found their rhythm back and folded in just 16.1 overs. And guess who was supporting them with their team jersey? It was the famous football coach of England, Gareth Southgate. Yes, you heard it right. They lost the game by 100 runs, making it the second biggest loss of the IPL season. Remember, they were the champions of the first year and they lost it in a big way. Yes, only RCB's 112 run win in 2023 was more brutal. As Mumbai, this marks their third largest margin victory forever. Guess who does Mumbai have in their team? They've got a team of almost 10 Indian players in the team. They've got four skippers. Yes, four skippers if you count it. Rohit Sharma, Bumrah, Surikant Yadav, Suryakumar Yadav, and who else? I mean, the list is endless. Hardik Pandya, of course. So you've got four Indian skippers. 10 out of the 11 players are the Indian players. And I mean, you've got Trent Bolt to make it count and Jasprit Bumrah. Well, before we get on to today's game, let's ask our friend, our podcaster, Paul Dinette, in the room. Paul, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining from Sydney, Australia. Has Ryan Parag failed the IPL captaincy code, or he has felt the pressure of the big match coming from Assam? Do you think he's finally matured, or he still needs some time for that?
Well, I love Richie Bena's quote about captaincy, and that is that captaincy is 90% luck and 10% ability, but don't try it without the 10%. And I think that perfectly encapsulates that, yeah, you can have an influence on a captain, but it's the kind of the icing on the cake. And in the case of Rajasthan this year, and looking specifically at Rian Parag's captaincy when he's been captain, I don't think that he had the scope to influence it all that much because, the 90%, luck, I would say it was down to their bowlers just being underwhelming. I think I mentioned it earlier in the tournament, and it's still true now, that if you go through the most economical bowlers in the IPL so far, and I think economy rate is the single most important figure in T20 cricket as far as bowling is concerned. You've got to go a long way before you find a Rajasthan bowler who's bowled a sizable number of overs. Rian Parag's actually gone okay, but he hasn't bowled that many overs. You've got to go down to number 40, and that's Hasaranga, whose economy rate's 9.5 or something like that. For that to be your most economical bowler, you're just not going to have success. So I think that Hasaranga and Theekshana, they weren't terrible, but in a league where spinners really have to win you the games, they didn't perform as well as would have been hoped. Jofra Archer had periods where he was magnificent, but ultimately has been reasonably expensive. Even Sandeep Sharma has been more expensive than normal. He's a bowler I really like. Deshpande has been disappointing. So I think no matter who the captain was, Rajasthan, with that sort of performance, were always going to struggle.
How do you rate and assess the opening partnership of Rohit Sharma and Rickleton for Mumbai in the first inning? Remember, Rohit Sharma and the Mumbai Indian teams have been winning matches for them, 5 or 6 matches on the trot. Your views?
Yeah, very impressive, very controlled. The first 3 overs, they hardly went anywhere. They didn't panic. Good usage of DRS by Rohit Sharma. And then an explosion that finished up that after... in the 11th over or thereabouts when the first wicket fell, they were going at about 10 runs per over. So shows that you don't always have to have that massively explosive start. They gave respect to Archer in the first over and then accelerated from there. And yeah, for two players who were struggling early in the season, they now, if you look at their overall records for the season, are looking pretty decent. Averages in the 30s, strike rates in the 150s. So, yeah, Mumbai Indians opening partnership coming right at the most important time of the season.
With a late resurgence, yes, that's the name of the game, resurgence. It's like shooting. It's like a Cinderella man kind of a comeback. Mumbai Indians seem to be going in their thing. They're coming off with six successive wins in the last six games. Do you think they'll make a comeback and make themselves count in the playoffs? Your views?
Yeah, six on the trot. Those early season jitters long since forgotten. They're the favourites to win the IPL now, and the kind of the smart money is on a Mumbai and RCB final. I think that's eminently likely. Gujarat fans and Punjab fans might have some words to say about that, but certainly Mumbai seem as though they're firing when it matters. Their batting's looking increasingly solid, but I think it's bowling where these tournaments tend to be won. And I mean, Jasprit Bumrah, he's absolutely back. Not that he was ever really gone, but he's come back completely firing from his injury. Seems to be looking better each game. Trent Bolt looks like he is getting better as well. Chahar's looking pretty decent. But I think that, Hardik Pandya has offered quite a bit with the ball this season as well. Their spinners, I mean, Khan Sharma is an exciting now that the veterans having again coming back after that injury. And even just some of the fill-in spinners, even like Will Jacks, for example, look half decent. So they're a pretty complete side, and it's hard to predict anyone in the IPL, given that any given side can beat another on their day. But yeah, I think ultimately still at this moment, I think RCB are my tips, but I think that Mumbai probably my second best chance to win the tournament.
Thank you, Paul, for your inputs. Now let's focus in on the match number 51. This action moves to Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, where Gujarat Titans take over the Sunrisers Hyderabad in what promises to be a pivotal clash. The Titans, currently fourth in the table, have had a decent six-run victory, and with three losses in 9 matches, but they're coming off with a shocking defeat at the hands of a 14-year sensation Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Yes, you heard that right. Suryavanshi smashed a 35-ball century, helping Rajasthan Royals chase down a huge target of 210 with 25 balls to spare. What a moment it was. Meanwhile, Sunrisers Hyderabad are back on the field after a refreshing break. The squad flew to Maldives for a quick reset. Smart move by SRH management after a tough start in the campaign where they could only manage 3 wins out of their 9 games. The big question is SRH the next big team going to go off the chart, or will they make a comeback? We'll find out soon enough and get Anil Chaudhary, the famous umpire of IPL, to come in and give his views. Anil, welcome to the show. Of course, you must know, apart from being a great umpire, he was once a nice off spinner, and I've seen him bowl. Yes. Sai Sudarshan has been one of the most consistent batters for Gujarat Titans in IPL 25. Does SRH need to come up with a special strategy for Sai Sudarshan's challenge? Your views.
Sai Sudarshan for GT is a big asset, and he's very consistent in almost all the games. He has given good start, and he plays ball on the merit. He's not in hurry. He takes his time, and to me, he's a good player in making for India as well, because he's very good for all the formats. I've seen him earlier also in Ranji Trophy. He scored 180, then 19 second inning. He is very calm, good technique, and brilliant left-hander. To restrict him or to control him, Hyderabad need to be very disciplined in bowling, especially by pitching up, bowling wicket to wicket, and maybe players like Harshal Patel, and they can bowl like variety to him, maybe mixing pace. But again, bowling wicket to wicket is the only solution, because maybe he's trying something and you get him. Otherwise, he is never in hurry. So for Hyderabad to restrict Sai will be a big task, and they can only get him by good disciplined bowling, and maybe try some off spinner, because he's a left-hander. Off spinner can be useful against all the left-handers, so try something like that, but certainly only by bowling wicket to wicket, and pitching him up with the new ball is the only solution. It's a challenge for SRH to stop Sai. Let's see how it goes.
Which are the boxes that SRH needs to, you know, tick in order to beat Gujarat Titans? Remember, SRH is coming back after a good break, and Gujarat Titans is coming after a big loss. So, how the odds and evens are going to set in today's match? Your views, Anil?
Hyderabad started very well, and they were looking like one of the best batting side in the tournament. The way they started, but after that, maybe they have not changed the style of playing. They're just very aggressive sometime, and it doesn't work all the time against good bowling. So to beat GT, first of all, they need to bat well, especially in their power play. Of course, they have good hitters, and once they start, it is difficult to stop them. But again, they are not very consistent. Top three are left-handers, and the good start in the beginning can help them, and then followed by Klausner and Aniket. They should have some wickets in hand, especially when they are around 17 or 18 overs as batting unit, and then good bowling because GT has a good batting lineup. Uh, they can uh, they can play all kind of bowlers, aggressive also, and they can play longer also. And players like Reddy, they need to play the role. Reddy should play longer. Reddy should play at least 12, 13 overs as a batter, and then he can bowl also because he's a very good player, but he's not performing as per his merit. So everyone in Hyderabad should play their role. They should come together, and Cummins, he should bowl well wicket to wicket because he's a good bowler. He can really do damage to the other side. So playing as a unit, playing patiently. Otherwise, once Hyderabad lose here, they will be almost out of the tournament. So it's do and die for them.
Well, we are now joined by the former Mumbai Indians player and a Bangalore boy, CM Gautam, the golfer Gautam. Yes. Gautam, welcome to the show. Just quick question. GT are currently in the fourth place in the tournament standings. Will this game decide their fortunes, considering that Mumbai is just breathing down everybody's neck with the last 6 games, 6 victories?
Yeah, I think GT has done extremely well in this year's IPL, especially their top order batsmen when it comes to batting. Like they've been like very consistent with the Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill, and Josh Butler. But the thing was, the last game was very unfortunate. The kind of innings Vaibhav Suryavanshi played was like outstanding. So you couldn't do much about that. So otherwise, they've been pretty consistent, and I think today's match will be very crucial for them. And if they win today's game, I think they'll be setting their foot in the playoffs. So it's very crucial for them to win today's game, and especially playing against SRH, who's not been in great form in this year's IPL. So yeah, it's quite interesting battle. Sometimes the team's players in the lower half or in the last in the table can upset the team at the top. So that is the kind of matches we have been witnessing in the IPL in the past few years. So having said that, I think GT are playing a good brand of cricket this year, and led by their captain Shubman Gill. So today's game is crucial for GT. If they can win today's game, so they can set one foot in the playoffs.
The chasing side has won 21 games out of the 39 games happened thus far. Do you think the teams will look at winning the toss and just straight away going to field, or is that out of contention? Your views?
Yeah, as we all know that batting second is relatively easy in Ahmedabad because of the deep conditions. And they have two types of wickets. One is black soil and one is a red soil wicket. We need to see which wicket they're going to play on. The black soil wickets usually gets better on to bat in the second innings, whereas red soil wicket will slightly grip. But the GT strategy should be to play on the red soil wicket just because SRH batsmen are not used to play on the slow wickets. They are good against the flat wickets. So I feel they have to play on the slow wicket. But having said that, you need to bowl well as well. GT is the one side who can like come and surprise you on a given day. So they are much better side than the SRH in this year's IPL, and they're doing extremely well. So it'll be an interesting game where GT also will be under pressure because they have to set their foot in the playoffs by winning today's game.
Well, thank you, Gautam. Thank you, Gautam, for your wishes and for your sharp observation. Now we get in another coach, a coach that is now currently in Dubai and is a part of the Sport of Cricket Academy at the Emirates Hills for the coaching. Stanley, welcome to the show. Gujarat has shown one-sided domination over the SRH in the head-to-head players battle in the history of IPL. Do you think that'll give them a boost of confidence when they walk in for the toss? Your views?
They are in a good position, the Gujarat Titans, as compared to Sunrisers Hyderabad, obviously. Yes, they do know they're sitting on 12 points. A win here today could take them on 14 points. But the key thing today is that the table and the nature of the competition in terms of where it's heading. 14 points, they need to push for more. This is a league that this season could easily be a scenario where 16 points easily could not be enough because of the fierce competition that's there. Sitting at number 2 is already RCB. They're 14 points already. And the win today for Gujarat Titans will take them to that. So that push for that playoff position is now heating up. Gujarat Titans will not be sitting comfortable today. They know that the 2 losses in the last 4 matches that they've played have really set them back somewhat. They would have been in a much healthier position, obviously having won all the matches, but this is how the league goes. This is what the realistic nature of playing in the IPL happens. They have to put in all their might. They're playing a team, SRH, who is a dangerous team while playing at home. Yes, things are not going according to plan. Yes, Gujarat Titans know there's areas of weakness, there's lines of weakness that they can capitalize on, but knowing that they're playing on a venue where SRH likes to score runs, and a venue where 5 times this year already the scoring rate has over been 200 plus. There's work that needs to be done. So it's not a guaranteed victory. Yes, the history is such that you dominate SRH, but today it's a day where you'll have to continuously work for runs because of the nature where the table is heading. Plenty positives, obviously, in that Gujarat Titans match. A few bumps in the road in terms of those two losses. However, Shubman Gill is back to 100%. Shafane Rutherford is also back to fitness. There's issues of whether Kagiso Rabada will be around. There's no news of him having returned yet, but they're still doing well. They have a fantastic bowling lineup. Rashid Khan, Sai Kishore, the best of Mohammad Siraj, I think he's having a stellar season. I think this is a bowling lineup that is suited for the majority of the conditions that you face in the IPL season. This obviously is a surface that is a scoring paradise, batting paradise as it were, but I like the fact that they've got a spin attack, especially in that middle period, that can make inroads, that can slow down the scoring, because this is one area that SRH have really struggled in. Their middle order has not been good. So there are cracks to ponder on. There are weaknesses to line up. However, it's not just pure domination based on history, but it's the fact that today they have to put in the hard yards and earn this victory to put themselves in the driving seat with regards to where the log and the table is heading.
Stanley, when you look at those figures, SRH seems to have lost both the matches played at the same venue against the same team. Do you think they'll be playing on their mind, considering they are fresh from their nice little break from the Maldives? Do you think they'll have some reboot or just re-energize them? Your views?
So when a team is having a bad run of form, there is no better venue to be playing a cricket match, more so against a team that is doing well, that is 4th on the table, than playing at home. Up and above just playing at home, this is a venue where five 200 plus scores have been scored already and been recorded. So yes, things have not been going well, but what is the venue that brings out the best in you as a team? Hyderabad. And that is where SRH are playing Gujarat Titans today. So yes, you have to put what's happened in the past behind you, and you have to think about the present. The present is such that you're playing at home on a field where the SRH batting does very well. Things have not gone according to plan. And yes, SRH will always be judged by their performances of last year, where their top order, Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, 599 runs in that season. This stage, only a paltry 316, of which 171 came in one innings. That is not the SRH we witnessed last season. but it is part and parcel of the game. So things will go pear-shaped, things will go off tracks, and this season has pretty much been that sort of season that SRH has had. Does that make them bad cricketers? Not at all. Their middle order has compounded that interest. And when I mean interest, lack of runs scored from the top order, to further clarify that statement. But that is where now playing at home kind of helps. This is a scenario where they enjoy playing at home. They've got to do it not only for themselves, they've got to do it for their fans as well. Put some runs on the board and make sure that they leave something for a bowling department that hasn't really done well. The good thing is there's a couple of matchups that they can take confidence in. Josh Butler, yes, over 400 runs in the season, but we know he's susceptible to Muhammad Shami, who already has 3 wickets against him. He's susceptible to Pat Cummins, who already has 2 wickets against him. So all this you put together with some other possible good performances, try and make sure that you don't get Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill off to a good start. Pretty much also the run scoring machine with regards to Gujarat Titans has been that top 3: Sudarshan, Gill, Butler. Expose the middle order as well. Give yourself the best chance possible. And you know the one thing about Hyderabad, irrespective of what score is put on the board, whether you're batting or chasing first, you know there's always an opportunity with the bat. So make sure the bowling comes to the party, which is key, because either way, there's going to be runs scored on this field, but it's important that SRH take that home advantage and use it to the best of their ability and let the result take care of itself.
Well, there you had it. You had 4 of the best voices of the game talking about drama, data, stories, stats, everything put together to make this show called Cricket Predictor, brought to you by 1xBat and Wumeki Infrastructures. Well, this is Sunil Ashkalra signing off from the beautiful Marbella Resorts in the Sharjah Corniche area and requesting you not to change the channel. Don't go anywhere else. We'll be back after a short commercial break. Stay tuned.